All right. ESPN's been releasing their rankings of different positions. It's voted on, it says, by execs, scouts, coaches. Today was the wide receiver rankings. And something that caught my eye is that no Chicago Bear was in the top 10. Shot or no shot, DJ Moore is outside of the top 10 wide receivers.
Okay, let's go through it. Ready, Chris?
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, he's top 10.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill, top 10.
Jamar Chase. No? Yes?
Yeah, he's top 10.
CD Lamb.
CD Lamb, yeah. So what's that, 4? That's 5?
4. A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown, yep.
Devontae Adams.
Where it starts getting iffy.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
St. Brown I would put in there for sure.
That's 7. Brandon Ayuk.
Ayuk is right on the cusp.
Would you say yes?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
8. Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp, yeah.
9. Deebo Samuel. No?
Yeah, Debo's, yeah, he's right there.
We are full.
Puka Nacua?
Well, I gave you 10.
He's right there in the conversation. I don't think DJ Moore is top 10. I think he's very good. I don't think he's top 10.
I think this year he's going to be top 10.
I
because
hope.
Someone's got to be 10.
I hope he's top 10.
Stephon Diggs.
No, he's starting to take a step back.
Garrett Wilson.
Not yet.
DeAndre Hopkins. Now we're getting 10 through 12 or 15, right?
Stephon Diggs was 9 in the ESPN list. Mike Evans at 8. Somebody we didn't mention.
Hall of Famer Mike Evans?
Yeah, I think he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No, so here's the thing. Here's how I feel, Jack. I think that DJ Moore is at 10 out of these wide receivers, and if he's not, he will be when the season's over, because I think he'll get I think he'll be able to get some touchdowns and be able to help stretch this offense with this young quarterback. That's what I believe.
We're also missing a name. We're discussing DJ Moore, but last year, yards per game, Keenan Allen was 4th in the NFL.
Do you want to hear something even crazier? So about 20 guys got votes on this list. More than 20. It was about 25. Keenan Allen did not receive a single vote on this list.
If we're debating DJ Moore, Keenan Allen should be in the debate for top 10 as well. Keenan Allen, 4th in yards per game last year.
I get it.
Terry McLaurin, Calvin Ridley, George Pickens, Michael Pittman, Cortland Sutton all got votes. Keenan Allen did not get a vote.
Okay.
Keenan Allen was also 6th in receptions last year.
Yep. It's quiet, unfortunately. He does not get the acclaim that he deserves.
Yeah.
I
love that.
I think that's what it is.
But he's in the conversation.
He just quietly gets the job done, Chris.
Yeah.
But it's I would say that he will, if he's not now, he will be a top 10 receiver when it's all squared away. Especially when you have a quarterback that's going to throw over 4,000 yards. Here's Jack McGrath.
Jack?
So, Doug Gottlieb, Hoodie, you brought this to my attention. What?
It's just so funny, man. This guy, man.
Doug Gottlieb.
He thinks I'm talking about Jack. I'm talking about how Doug Gottlieb. Yes. This guy.
Oh,
unbelievable.
Gotcha. Yeah, Doug Gottlieb, you brought this to my attention on X. He's a commentator, and now he's coaching the University of Wisconsin Green Bay men's basketball team. While doing both, he said on X that he doesn't think Bronny James would start on the University of Wisconsin Green Bay. This, in my opinion, is ridiculous because Bronny James was still a 4-star recruit. He would start on this team whose recruiting class doesn't even register on any of the major recruiting sites. Shot or no shot, Bronny James would not start at the University of Wisconsin Green Bay.
That's a no shot. He would start.
He would be the best player on that team.
Yes, he would start at Green Bay. So Chris and I have covered the Horizon League before. When that place rocks, that arena rocks. It's a really good gym.
Good gym.
So we've been there, but that program has been a joke ever since. Bo Ryan's son coached there for a while. They've had some troubles there. Now they go with Doug Gottlieb. No experience, but head coach for Woogie Boogie. Okay, let me just tell you this. He could say that he would compete, but there's no question that Bronny James would be good enough to play on that team. Green Bay?
Yeah,
In the Horizon League?
he can play in the Horizon League.
Of course he would play in the
Of
Horizon League.
course. I mean, some of the guys that are in the Horizon League,
Brother.
God bless them.
Yeah. But Bronny James would play in the Horizon League and would play in Green Bay. Once again, this is Doug Gottlieb, the talk show host, meeting Doug Gottlieb, the head coach. Because the talk show host on Fox Sports Radio is trying to take shots at Bronny James, like everyone else is, by the way. Oh, because he's LeBron's son, and he can't. Yeah, he's had his problems playing. There's no doubt. He is not the finished product. He is absolutely not. But the idea that he couldn't play on a mid-major D1 team, of course he would, and he would start on that team.
Yeah, he would be. He would absolutely start for Green Bay. I would also say, did Gottlieb? It was too much time filling in for Cowherd in the last 2 weeks, so he just was running out of takes. So he needed to fire off one on Bronny.
He doubled down.
Play for the team.
He doubled down. I saw the video on X. He doubled down on it from his office in Green Bay. It wasn't in Los Angeles. I could tell it was in the office. He hasn't stacked his books or his awards up there yet. It's just kind of a dank, dark office in Green Bay.
There's only one talk show host who should be coaching a basketball team and hosting a show at the same time, and it's not Doug Gottlieb.
I love
It's David Kaplan.
Yeah, that's what he's out there right now recruiting. That's why I'm here. I'm here because Cap's out recruiting.
Cap is really good.
I know he's good.
He's really good.
Of course.
He
needs to take over one of these Chicago programs.
Brother, let me tell you something. While he's in here, he's drawing up plays, and he's going back to the old 80s. He's going back to the old dusty book to come up with these plays for these 10-year-olds. He's really good at this.
I've seen the footage of the Kaplans. The captains, is that what they're called? The captains?
Mm-hmm.
Danny Zetterman's son's team?
Yeah.
One of the only teams ever that's named after their head coach.
Let's see, that's great.
There it is.
That's like the original, the owner for the Bobcats, the Charlotte Bobcats.
Yes.
Naming the Bobcats because his name was Bob.
Bob Johnson.
Like, that's great.
Former owner of BET.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Black Entertainment Television, Jack.
Yeah.
Yep.
Used to be on cable.
Yep.
You scroll through the guide. Some good stuff there.
Still there.
No, I mean, like, because I'm saying to Jack doesn't, he's
More of a
not familiar with
streaming
cable.
guy.
Like, I know.
I have cable still.
I
but-
know that I'm talking to a super Gen Zer right now.
Yeah.
And that's why I had to say used to be cable, because you and I get it. Like,
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
He needs to know.
Jack is just only the stream. That's all he's got, the stream.
You don't turn a blind eye to it. You might get a job there one day, Jack. Swack and Miak football. You never know. You might be the play-by-play guy. You'll stand out. You'll stand out, but who knows? Here's Jack.
Baseball or basketball? Dealer's choice. What do you guys want?
Basketball.
Basketball.
Oops.
Joe Cowley tweeted last night that Zach Lavine could still be moved before the start of the season. He specifically mentioned the Los Angeles Clippers as a team to watch out for.
Yes.
Shot or no shot, Lavine could still be moved before the start of the season.
I think it's an absolute shot. We were just discussing it yesterday. It has to happen. So I think it's a shot. I'm glad that there's now continuous information being put out there. Joe Cowley's one of the best in town covering the Chicago Bulls. The Clippers are in a tough spot. Paul George is now with the Sixers. They re-signed James Harden. Kawhi Leonard is once again injured. Pulls out of Team USA, which I thought was funny to start, is he can't even limp through an NBA season, but he was going to play in the summer for the Olympic team.
Brutal.
But he's not there, so the Clippers need some firepower. That would be a good spot to send Zach Lavine. He can't be on this roster next year. He can't.
Now, if you're trying to tank, because he will be just good enough to get you in the play-in. I'm just saying, and Jack, I want to make sure it's very clear now. It's very clear. I'm not blaming Zach Lavine for where the Bulls are. I am not. What I'm saying is that the organization has decided to go in a different direction now, knowing that as is, it wasn't good enough. You're not even a top 9 team as is. That's why Caruso's not here anymore. That's why DeRozan's not here anymore, because you have no other choice. Would you rather be a team that's just floating, trying to get to 9th or 10th place, or would you rather restart the organization with young players and make your way up? And even with that, you're still not Milwaukee. You're still not Philadelphia. You're still not the Knicks. You're still not the Indiana Pacers. You're not the Boston Celtics. But you have to start someplace. And just being on the treadmill of mediocrity was not good enough. I always say in sports, there's always a sucker, right?
Yep.
There's always a need. And the Clippers, I mean, that's a team there. They got a new stadium, and they want to fill it, and they want to get they want to get in the playoffs, and they want to compete with the Lakers. There is a spot right there that Zach Lavine would be amenable to. Back to Los Angeles, back to L.A.
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
absolutely.
Back to the West Coast, that's exactly where he'd want to be.
Can we send Vooch with? Send them off.
That way you're solidified to be in the Cooper Flag sweepstakes, right?
Let's just Buzelis all season long. That's all we need. You see him again last night?
I watched him. But because you can't depend on Kawhi Leonard, that's where Zach could come in and be like, give you a good 25, 26 a game.
Yeah.
Poor Kawhi. Can you squeeze in one more, Jack?
I can. So the Awful Announcing put out their fan-voted announcer rankings.
Oh, this should be good.
Yesterday. There was a Chicago team at the bottom. It was the Chicago White Sox with John Schriffen and Steve Stone. Their most common grade was an F. Shot or no shot, this announcing pair deserves to be ranked the last in Major League Baseball.
That's a no shot. That's not the worst booth in baseball. It is not.
I would agree. I think it's a little bit harsh to rank them dead last. I think everything that's gone on this year and the team not being good contributes to them being ranked last right now. Plus, you're going from Benetti, was consistently ranked in the top 10 of these rankings, to somebody else. And a lot of Sox fans, some of their main basis is going to be Benetti because that's the most games they've watched. And then Schriffen's going to have to outperform that in order to get a good grade.
It's a functional booth. It's a big. First of all, it's the worst team in baseball, yes, but it's not the worst booth in baseball. Steve Stone holds that up, and John is just young, but that's not the worst booth in baseball. And I feel like I watch a lot of baseball because I got the package, the baseball package, so I can kind of speak to a lot of these booths I watch, but that's not the worst booth in baseball.
It's pretty close, though.
Well, the A's are.
Yeah, the A's are terrible. But I would say that the White Sox are giving the Rays or the A's a run for their money, though. They're in the conversation. It's pretty bad.
Steve Stone holds that up
bad.
with that analysis.
Stone still can bring it, but it's bad.
The ball club's bad.
It's all bad. I mean, based on the rationale to why we're at this point, the organization has to wear the grade.
That's fine. That's fine.
Right? Choices were made. That's why you got Schriffen in there. Calling out all the losers.
Now listen,
all the haters.
You're next to a guy that mostly consumes White Sox baseball by listening to Len and DJ.
Great booth.
That's what I do because I can move around and listen. And if I need to see a highlight, I can go to the TV and watch it. But mostly, the way I consume White Sox most years is the radio call and watching it on TV. That way, I can get up and put another load of laundry in, go to the yard, go whatever. So, but it's not the worst booth in baseball. It is not. It's Oakland.
Something I was thinking about last night during the All-Star game.
Yes.
You know, here's the difference with a young guy who is new to a market / new to a scene. It's Joe Davis. Joe Davis now fits in as the voice of Major League Baseball, calling the All-Star game, calling the World Series. At first, people were like, oh, is he ready for this spot? But you know what? He doesn't make the broadcast about him. And that's why it works now. I don't get that same thing from the new White Sox lead announcer.
Understood.
Right? Like, it's been too much about him. Mm-hmm. And that's why I think it's a turnoff to many people. Joe Davis is great now because it's not about him. He's just calling the game.
The Cubs, by the way, are 9th on this list.
That's pretty good. The Cubs have a good broadcast team. That's good.
Yeah.
No Shambi?
It's 9th.
JD?
It's properly placed, I would say.
I like it. I think it's good.
It's fine.
I like it. What was the shot or no shot?
Do they deserve to be last?
You say it's a shot.
I'm saying it's a shot. You're saying no shot.
It's not no shot. I watch enough baseball to know that that's not the worst booth in baseball.
The A's are pretty bad.
Yeah, A's.
It's pretty bad.
It's a bad booth.
Yeah.
Nothing against Dallas Braden, but it's a bad booth.
You can listen to every game on the ESPN Chicago app if you want to hear the radio crew.
I agree. Connor McKnight has the pregame show. Len and DJ have the call of the game.
Tune in.
You know.
Put also in the producer text chat that Jonathan Hood said 4 minutes ago, I consumed White Sox baseball by listening to Len and DJ.
I'm re-emphasizing it.
He missed it. Right
No,
over
I
his head.
heard it. But people could be listening in their car, and then they also can listen on the app when they're watching the game on TV.
Damn.
Double down. I heard it.
Here's Chris Black. Chris?
Shot or no shot? Jack McGrath. There you go.
Well, very good.
Yep.
Very good. We have Around the NFL is right around the corner. Don't forget, it's a Waddle Wednesday. We'll hear from Tom Waddle at 8:35. Captain Jay Hood, weekday morning, 7 to 10.